y'all, first things first, this is not my recipe, I just updated it a little bit. I'll put the link to the original baker below, but this caramel cheese bread is one of my favorite recipes that I've been making lately. I just wanted to share it a little bit more readily available with you all. It takes maybe like an hour and a half to make, and it's so good. It's not overly sweet, but it's just like the perfect if you want like a little sweet-ish dessert. So I hope you enjoy. So the first thing that I did is I made my caramel. To do this, I added a half cup of sugar to a saucepan on medium heat, making sure to stir constantly. I had to do this for about, I would say 10 minutes, like I said, stirring constantly until my caramel reached a dark amber color like this. Once it reached that color, I then added my butter. After I just stirred my butter in with my sugar mixture, and then I removed it from heat and I added about a quarter of a cup of half and half, but you should ideally use heavy cream. I just didn't have any on hand. And after it stirred, it looked like this, but I promise it will thicken a little bit as it cools. And then I preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I started baking my bread. I added 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of white flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. And then I just mixed it all together until that mixture was fully combined. And I added my wet ingredients, which included 1 cup of milk. And then I added 1 egg. I only had egg beaters, so I used like a quarter cup of that. And after I added that, I then added a third of a cup of vegetable oil, and then I stirred that all together until that mixture was combined. I then set that aside and began starting on my cream cheese mixture. I added 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese to a bowl, about 2 eggs, but of course I used egg beaters, and about a half cup of sugar, and then about a half cup of my caramel as well. Then I used a hand mixer to just put this mixture together because I was just lazy and tired. But then I just mixed it until it got really nice and smooth like this. And once it got really smooth, I moved back on and I sprayed my loaf pan with a little bit of nonstick spray, and then I added about half of my bread mixture to my pan. After adding about half of my bread mixture, I added about a third of the cream cheese mixture. And then I added the other half of the bread mixture on top before then adding just a little bit more cream cheese mixture to the top and swirling it around so it can make like a really nice and pretty design like that. And then after that was ready, I just put it in my oven for about an hour and 10 minutes. Then I just let it cool down for a little bit, and that's what my final bread looked like. After a couple of days, you can even make this into French toast after it gets a little bit dry. And like I said earlier, this is a great recipe. I've truly enjoyed baking it. It's a hit with others. So please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next